And this is everyone's favorite BL buddies. Hi everyone, this is Lindsay,
And I'm Sammy.
and this is everyone's favorite BL podcast.
BL
BL
buddies.
buddies. Yeah, my mouth is numb right now. Anyway, we are here today to talk about Between Us because we had been waiting for it for so long.
Yep. It's sadly over now, and
It's sadly over.
we decided that we were gonna, talk about it ending
Mhm.
and what we thought of
Yes.
the series overall.
Yeah.
And since we didn't get to meet yesterday because we
No.
usually film on Sundays,
Mhm.
and this Sunday we couldn't do that, so we decided that
Yep.
this over
We had
Zoom. So,
family things, and I am from Pennsylvania, so
Yeah.
the Eagles were in the NFC Championship yesterday.
and now they're
My
going to
husband-
the Super Bowl.
Now they're going to the Super Bowl. Bleeding Green Nation, don't come at me, please. If you hate the Eagles, it's my hometown team. I literally grew up in a Philly suburb. Yeah, my husband is a diehard Eagles fan, so we watched that yesterday.
Yeah.
And then we had a birthday party for my brother-in-law, so
Yeah.
that was yesterday. And like literally I told Sammy, I was like, we can't hang out that Sunday. And then I went, shit, that's the last episode of Between Us. Because we had watched a couple of the episodes together.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, no.
I know.
Jesus.
Oh,
And
the
there's
cat is
Stella.
coming. The cat is coming.
She is.
You might
This
see
is a
cat,
new kitten.
You might see cat beehole from time to time. today.
Yeah, I apologize. She got no shame.
Nope.
She's just
Nope.
a baby.
Yep.
Oh,
I'm
there
just
you
a
go.
baby.
She's just a baby. She's a 7-pound baby. Look at her.
But yeah, we're here to talk about our final thoughts of
Yes.
Between Us.
Yes.
And I have to say, overall, I
Mhm.
loved it.
Mhm.
I very much loved it way more. I mean, we talked about it that Until We Meet Again was one of our
Yeah, we weren't huge fans.
mutual dislike of that show, but we were very,
Yes.
very much win team. So
Yes.
I was super excited for this show to come out, this series to come out, and
Yeah.
it didn't disappoint. I enjoy. Well, it disappointed in little aspects, and I'll talk about it. But I feel overall, it was a very good show.
I really liked the brother and the friend.
Yes. Okay.
Pull in
Yes.
one.
Let's talk
Side
about the
couple.
good
I
things.
enjoyed the side couple.
Yes.
Yes, I really enjoyed them, and I didn't hate. I wasn't like a huge fan of Prince and B. I felt like they
Yeah.
could have had their own series or something.
Mhm.
I also felt like Manhwa and what's his name's story could have been a little bit cuter, like a little bit
Mhm.
more like
Yeah.
involved in it. Like that Farm and Dean weren't crying all the time.
Yeah, I like that. Like, I felt like in the beginning when the series started, they did a lot of like Dean and Farm content. Like they did, and I'm
Yeah.
like, we already saw this drama. I don't want to watch this again.
Right.
And then
I thought it was a little weird that they kept going back to
Yeah.
Until We Meet Again because
Exactly.
it
We
really
already
wasn't
saw it.
about Farm and Dean. It was about
Mhm.
Win and Team. So
Exactly. And
Yeah.
I think they kind of realized that people didn't want to see that story again, and they very much
Right.
cut their stuff down. And I appreciated that. Like, yeah, I wanted to see, I think the thing I wanted to see was I wanted to see their relationship from other people's perspective,
Yeah.
but they were kind of giving us the same perspective we already saw.
Right.
So I was kind of like, I don't need this. I already saw this. I know.
I feel like they cut it out in a weird way where it became disjointed with their relationship
Yes, I agree.
in Between Us.
Mhm.
But I very much also our Valentine's Day special talks about how we enjoy what is it? What is our Valentine's Day special?
Oh, that's next week.
No, we talk about
Oh, romantic gestures. I was like, next week?
I think the numbness has gone in my brain. Anyway, so one of my top things I think for romantic gestures was how Win handled Team.
Mhm.
And the forehead kisses and the forehead touches and I couldn't, spoiler alert, when he picked him up and carried him Toronto style on the beach, I was like, why
Yes.
couldn't he have been shirtless while he
Yeah,
did that?
right. Right.
But yeah, but how about too, like the older brother having a tattoo on his back?
Say that. I was like, when he took his shirt off, I'm like, what is that? What is that?
He had one on his side too.
Shut up. I didn't see that.
No.
I saw the one on
Yeah.
his neck and I was like,
On his neck.
and it's like all
I was
dates.
like,
It's like dates of something.
Yeah.
Oh, Lily's
Yeah.
making her appearance
Oh,
too.
here comes the peppers.
Yep. Where'd she go? She's over there. You best. What are you doing? Okay. But yeah, so like I definitely okay, now since we're talking about that whole scene, well, we just talked about him with his tattoos. The one thing I was kind of disappointed with in this series were the NC scenes.
I mean, it started off pretty intense in the
did,
first.
but like even in that, I felt like I don't know, the kisses were very
They were awkward.
Yeah, it felt awkward. Like it felt like they were forcing it. And like I don't want
Yeah.
them to force it. Like if they felt
Yeah.
uncomfortable doing said scenes, like by all means don't do them. But I think so many
Yeah.
people were like expectant of it because we had been waiting so long that we were like, we want these NC scenes, we want
Yeah.
And then like for me, they kind of missed the mark a little bit on those simply because it felt like
I feel like
the actors were uncomfortable.
right. And I feel like they really started it hard with Winning Team in that first episode because we were like, holy shit.
Yeah.
And I feel like it really died, it flatlined. It's like they did the end first and then shot the first episode last to where they were more comfortable.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like the NC scenes didn't feel natural.
Yeah.
And then again, like after Love in the Air and after watching Kim Porsche, like those scenes are kind of, I think, have upped the bar so much that I don't know. Again, maybe they weren't comfortable with each other and doing it, but the one top like Tool scene where I mean, at first when he throws him on the bed, I was like, "Whoa!"
Yeah,
but then it got a little awkward.
Right. I was like, this. I feel like they're
bit.
uncomfortable, and like, listen, I'm like, you know, if you are uncomfortable,
I mean, be comfy. If you're
exactly. Like, I feel like because I remember, I think I listened to like an interview with Boss and I think his name's Noel or something. The two who play Sky, or not Sky, Rain and P. Payu. Like they said that they didn't really get direction on what they were supposed to be doing, and it was just like they let them do what they did and like added the lines that needed to be said, and they just kind of ran with it. And I feel like in this one they kind of did the same thing, but these kids, I say kids, but they're in their 20s.
They're adults.
They're adults. Like they just weren't as comfortable doing it. And in a way, I almost kind of wish the directors either helped them along with it, or they just said, you know what, we're not gonna have these kinds of scenes in here, and we'll leave it as, you know, what do we call it in the writing world, like fade to black and like behind closed doors, like just hint at it like they did. You know what, they hinted at it with the actor, now I'm not going to remember his name, the actor in B.
Wait, what'd you say?
The actor and B.
Oh,
Prince. That they hinted at that they were together, but they like didn't actually show it. And I kind of appreciated that more because
it was just them afterwards just cuddled together in bed, and that was cute.
Exactly. So
and that was cute to me.
Exactly. Like if they had started and continued with that throughout the entire series, like I love my Win team, but even if they did, like they started it with a kiss and like led you to believe that they had these one night stands, I'd be all about it because like, you know, I'm you know, using my imagination in that
right.
So that was like one thing. I think that was like the only thing I really had like not issues with, but like just wasn't that big of a fan of, was the NC scenes.
I think for me, it's teens trauma. Because in the last episode, you find out what happened. And
Mhm.
what shocks me is that the aunts, like all this time, I'm like, no one ever realized that he was traumatized by that, by her telling him that he killed his cousin.
Yeah. Well,
Like, I was like,
yeah, I get what you're saying. But see that whole scene, like
it was a,
that I
it was
thought
pretty
that scene
funny.
was amazing. I cried.
Yeah,
I cried
I
because
did. I teared up.
because
But at
I
the
was
same time,
like,
my brain went, trauma. Why nobody realized that this could have been trauma?
that's the other thing, like, like I can't remember. Did they ever say he went to like any kind of therapy or anything? Like, did he see a therapist or something?
I
Okay.
don't know. They never recognized that. And like the fact that the aunt was like, I can't believe you've been holding on to this long. I'm like, no one realized that he has been holding on to this
Right? Like he doesn't
grief.
see her, he doesn't talk to her, he never like,
Right.
they don't interact. You didn't realize like
Right.
these two, like there's something there.
Well,
But
my other
I
thing is like his parents, like his mom was there when it happened. Like, I don't know.
yeah.
I, as an adult, like who has a psychologist for a brother, my brain's like, that's a little weird. No
Yeah.
one
Yeah. I
fixed that. And
agree.
I feel like that plot line was kind of dragged out a lot in this one
Yes. Yes. I completely agree. I feel like they dragged it to the point they just needed it to be an ending when I felt like
Yeah.
it could have been resolved that first time he went home.
Right.
Like
Right.
when she went, and like it was almost the instance of the same thing happening where he was there, she was coming and he like ran away. Instead of him running away, they could have had that conversation, like what
Right.
was that, like 2 or 3 episodes ago, and there could have
Right.
been this like, I don't know, this different kind of, oh sorry, my stupid thing beeps. But I felt like there could have, I agree that they dragged it out too long. And I think, what the thing is, they dragged out the
His
entire
nightmares.
his nightmares. Like, okay, fine, he has these nightmares. Explain those nightmares earlier. Explain why
Right.
he has them. And then
Right.
like, have him go through, the healing himself and, healing
Right.
his relationships and everything like that. I felt like we could have had all of those answers well before and still had him dealing with his
The
situation.
trauma, right,
Mhm.
of being able to win and and stuff. Like I totally get that. But yeah, I felt like it was that plot point was
Mhm.
extremely drawn out.
Yeah. Yeah. And then
But
I really actually I enjoyed all of the plots. I have to say, like
mhm,
you said you didn't really like Prince and B. At first I really didn't. In fact, I
mhm.
tended to skip any scene I saw it was just them.
Well, no, I didn't hate them. I felt like they just didn't fit the plot point.
Okay, I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Yeah,
Eh,
because like they weren't
I mean,
part
I
of
liked them
that.
as a couple.
Yeah.
It was kind of like they were like an afterthought couple.
Mhm. Mhm. I see what you mean. I see what you mean.
I mean, honestly, I think almost all of them but Juan and Tool felt like an afterthought side couple.
Yeah, yeah, I could see that. Like even I want to call her Sam, but Manao
Yeah, and him
and they were a couple in, until we
in
meet
Until
again.
Meeting It. Yeah.
But you know what? I think another thing is with like BLs, especially, is they don't want to focus on hetero relationships, so they kind
Mm,
of just like,
throw it in
gloss
there.
over them. Yeah, they throw them in
Yeah.
there and then like very much gloss over them. So like, just don't even put them in. Like if you don't
Hmm.
want that relationship, um,
And I loved the two of them. I thought they were so
mhm,
cute.
I did too. I'm sorry, I laughed when she was like crying to him about, I can't remember what, but he's like hugging her and like her lipstick is this bright red. And I'm like, she is crying into this man's shirt. There's no way there's not a lipstick stain on that thing. And they pull back and there's just lipstick all over his shirt. I'm
The
like,
shirt.
that's realistic. That's realistic. I love it. Let's
Yeah, I'm
keep
happy
going
that
with
they
that.
kept it realistic.
Mhm. Mhm. Loved that. Um I
Because as a
really,
photo stylist, my brain would have went right to that and like, why did they change her shirt? Should be lipstick on it. I'm
oh
like,
yeah,
thank you for
100%. And
leaving
her
that.
lipstick, like her lip was even smeared, like the lipstick on her lips were smeared. And I was
Yep.
very much like, I was like, good, good. Because that's how people cry. That's
Realism.
real crying. Yeah, that's real crying, people.
Oh, but other than that, it was good. I
I
was
really
happy.
enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
It was it was worth the wait for how long we waited for this series to come out. I think it was worth the wait. I will stand by Win Team, and I think that they're actually coming out with like a special episode
Oh,
because
really?
the only reason I say that, I saw it, Sam posted photos of like her and some of the people on some of the other actors at this Win Team's wedding. And it said March 3rd, 2023 on it, or March 2nd, 2023.
Oh.
And I'm like, so I was
Uh-uh.
expecting that to be, I saw that before I watched the show, like the last episode. So I was like, oh my God, they get married at the end of this episode. And then they didn't. And I was like,
Oh yeah, they made that arch.
Yeah, I was like,
my brain is like, why are they in front of
wait.
this arch? They get married?
I was like, wait. I swear to God, I saw Sammy post this whole thing about their wedding. I was like, what the heck? And then somebody on TikTok was like, this is them hinting at a special episode. And I'm like, say less. I am here for it. I don't even need an NC scene. Okay, guys, like just let me enjoy their wedding day. Like I very much look forward to this. So I really do hope that come March, I think it was 2nd. March 2nd.
Oh, 2nd.
Yeah, 2nd or 3rd. They very much actually come out with this special.
Yeah, special.
Because I mean, that shit looked like they went out for this. Like they had a whole table of like photos of them.
It's on her Instagram.
It's still on her. Yeah, it's on her Instagram. She like posted a whole thing, and it was like all like it had a mirror. It was a mirror, and it said like welcome to Win Team's wedding, and like all this stuff.
Oh, is that when she's posting in the arch?
Yes.
Oh yeah, welcome to our wedding celebration.
Yeah.
March 2nd, 2023.
So somebody like basically said, oh, it must be them.
Oh yeah, look at all the pictures. Oh.
Yeah, it's so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm excited. Very excited.
Oh, they look so cute.
Right? I love it.
But it's the same. Yeah, that's like the same arch that they were in front of earlier.
Yeah.
Just without the roses.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the outfits look similar too. Like not all of them, but some of their outfits are like identical.
Yeah.
But I don't care. I'm super excited. So I am very much awaiting a March 2nd announcement.
Release.
Yeah. And I really enjoy. If I had to rate this on a scale of like 1 to 5, I would probably give it like a 4.
4.5.
I was gonna say like a 4.3. Yeah, like close to 4.5, because like I said, some of the NC scenes unfortunately just were not it for me. As much as I love Win Team, you know what it was? Like I preferred them being just soft with each other, with them being like loving with each other. I didn't need the NC things about their relationship. And the one thing, the confession of them both saying I love you, as much as I loved them confessing that they said confessing to each other, 15 minutes of them crying. And like, it wasn't even the crying, because I'm like sitting here going, listen, until we meet again, they were crying constantly. And at least I understood the reason these two are crying. What annoyed the hell out of me is when I cry, I wipe my face. And these two are just sobbing, sitting completely still, snot coming out their noses, tears just dripping down their face. And I'm like, is no one gonna wipe their faces here? It was just like this. And that was just me. I was like, and like my other thing is like, that's such a comforting thing. Like if you're
Yeah,
crying and your partner or your
it's
loved one
wiping. Like,
reaches
yeah.
out and like wipes your tears, like something, just not 15 minutes of you and tears and boogers and all that. Like, I need a tissue. I need, like, wipe your faces. Ugh. That, like, for some reason, that bothered the absolute shit out of me. But also, to a positive is with this series, I feel like Studio Wabi
Wasabi?
Sabi or something. Yeah,
Wabi
Wabi
Sabi?
Sabi. I think they heard people say, we don't need the 70 cuts back and forth, the two people staring at each other
Yeah.
and like crying. Because, yes, there were
Yeah.
instances where like they were going back and forth, panning over to these two people over and over, but it felt a lot shorter
Mm-hmm.
and it still conveyed what needed to be conveyed.
Right.
And so I did like that they cut that. I thought their acting had improved from the original
Mm-hmm.
Until We Meet Again. All in all, I really did like it. I really did like it.
Yeah, I did too.
I think it could easily go on one of like my comfort shows. It would
I
be a
think,
show I would
yeah,
rewatch.
I think I just really love how adorable Win was. Like
So you broke up. Say that
soft.
again.
Oh, I said when Win was soft, I was like, oh,
Yes.
he's so cute.
Yes.
Soft Win.
Soft
Although I am kind of annoyed we didn't see much of his tattoo.
right? My Sims tattoo barely
At the
got
end.
any airtime. My
At the
Sims
end. We
tattoo
saw
got.
it at the end.
I know. I was like, where are my tattoos at? Where? But
They really.
my other thing about the show was from Until We Meet Again to Between Us. When I first watched Until We Meet Again, I skipped most of Farm and Dean because we know why I did. But Win and Team, Win gave off such fuckboy vibes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and they made him out to be this fuckboy in that series.
Mm-hmm.
Like, like Team was just another toy for him and like
Right.
all that. But then like in this series, it was a totally different person. And I don't know if it was just they worked it in such a way that they were like, you thought he was this way, but in actuality he isn't, or they
Right.
decided to like change his character up a little bit. And
Well,
be
it was
like,
funny because
not a
I
fuck
was reading some reviews people left on it, and
Mhm.
somebody said there's such a disconnect between their characterization in Until We Meet Again and their characterization in Between Us. So like
Yeah.
it's like a completely different set of characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was crap that was something that I wanted to like. While I was saying that, something popped in my head about something I wanted to say that I remembered and thought was like really cute. Oh my god. Oh
I still wish
no.
he was shirtless when he picked up Team and walked away with him.
Yeah, right. Oh my god. Thing. I think it had to do with his like F-boy thing, but now I can't remember. Oh, it's telling me we have like 10 minutes left.
Oh, okay.
Well, it's just like recording whatever.
Oh,
But
gotcha.
I'm not gonna remember what it was now. It was either something he said or did. Yeah, it was either something he said or did that like really I was like, oh, that's funny. I'm not gonna remember.
Sammy will make it into a story when she does remember.
Yes, if I do actually remember what it was something team. It was something Win did. No, God damn it. The broccoli was funny, like their ode to the
When
broccoli
she,
from like, yeah, from like when they had the broccoli in the last season where they were like, yeah, this is mistletoe, and we're like, honey, that's a
yeah,
broccoli. Everyone
that's a
called them out.
broccoli.
Yeah, everyone called them out on the broccoli, and they just like made it broccoli, which was great. I thought that was funny. Um, yeah, I really liked it. I'm gonna keep saying that. I really liked it. I really enjoyed it.
I did too.
And yeah, I thought it was
It was
really,
cute.
yeah, it was a really good show, and I'm excited. I hope that they do make the next or the special episode. I wouldn't mind a full series of the brother and the friend.
Yeah, of 1 and 2.
Miniseries, yeah.
Yeah,
Mini
they're
series of
cute.
them.
I kind of
feel-
want to see them running the resort together.
Yes,
I think it would be
100%.
chaotic.
So, oh my god, that was hilarious when he shows up
chaotic.
and he's like waving at him, and then the security
And
is
then
taking him. He's like, "Oh, that was,
And then him
I
and
was
Win are both
dead.
just watching them.
I was
They're like,
dead. Oh my god, I was laughing so hard at that. I was like, this.
and you know what's
tracks.
funny too is we were like, oh, this kid in the first episode, you know.
Yes,
and then we
didn't
really
like
liked
him.
them. No.
And I ended up
And then
falling in love with him. He became
Yeah, the
a
two of
fan
them
favorite.
were cute. I was like, oh
thought
my
they
god,
were
he's
cute.
so in love with him. I was like, oh.
And that was another one. But see, this one I liked because yes, we thought he was a fuckboy. We thought he was this whatever.
Yeah.
But then you realize, no, he isn't. He's like he does care about whatever. And he's like, you know, he cares about this one person and blah, blah, blah. Like if they had done that with Win's character, like, yeah, okay, we thought he was this fuckboy, but he actually isn't. And like play his character out like that. I felt, but I agree with whoever said like there was this disconnect between the original two we saw and these two we saw. And I don't know if like in the books it was that same separation, because like I know that hemp rope is its own separate thing, and like, you know, oh, now I remember. Now I literally remembered as I said that, because it was an ode, because they brought up the hemp rope in it as an ode to like the original book. They were like, they have the red string, like we'll have this hemp rope. But I loved them bringing back the original time that they slept together in Until We Meet Again, where he's like, you can be afraid of whatever, but don't be afraid of me and my feelings. And like he grabs his hand and puts it to his chest. I'm like, oh my god, this is from the last episode of Until We Meet Again. I lost my mind. I was like, yes. I was like literally panting, like, oh my god, this is what made me fall in love with them. This is what I like fell in love with them. Their side couple. It just like brought all those feelings back. Yeah. And then again, all this stuff is coming back to my mind now. But in that scene, that I don't know if you paid it to, I just, because you're a set person, so like you look at things. Did that set not look like it was just straight plywood that they shellacked and like called it a room?
I don't remember. What room is that?
Like it was the last episode, you know, they're having their moment of I love you and whatnot, and they're in this room, and that room, maybe it wasn't the last episode, it was the second to last, I think it was, not 12, 11. They're in this room, and I'm like, this is plywood. They built a square box out of plywood and like called it a bedroom, called it this resort room. I was so confused. By it.
All right, I'm trying to find it.
I guess it's closer to the end.
Okay. I found the broccoli. Somebody's in the hospital.
It's after that.
Okay.
I think it's when he goes to the kid's grave and they go to the hotel.
That's the last episode.
No,
they go to the grave in the last episode.
First time he goes to the grave.
Oh.
So that might be episode 10 then, not 11. Because if they're not in a hotel room in 11, then it's 10.
เราจะไม่มาเจอกันจริงๆเลยเหรอเอาเรื่องกูไปหัวเราะใช่ปะ
Okay, I'm gonna close this. Okay. Is this when the brother's in the hospital? Is it that episode?
I don't remember.
Okay. Can you hear Stella purring?
No.
She sounds like a motorboat right now. All right. Okay. Well, when I find it, I will let you know.
Okay.
I don't
all right.
think we're gonna have much time left.
Yeah, we got like 4 minutes.
Oh wait. No, this is somebody. Oh, this is the two brothers together.
Two brothers.
Now they're all wasted.
Oh.
A, B, and C. Oh, is this when you're Farm and Dean? They're literally in like a weird hut.
Maybe.
Okay. Okay, I think I found it.
It's them talking. It's them just sitting. I think they're sitting on the bed talking about their relationship or something.
No, it's literally plywood. That they
It's
just added a curtain
plywood.
to.
It's plywood.
Yeah. It's plywood that they added a curtain to.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not crazy.
No,
Yeah.
because in the scene you can see Dean and Farm also cuddling, and it's legit like it is plywood.
Okay, I'm not crazy. Well,
It looks like if you touched it, you'd have a splinter.
Yes, exactly. When I watched it, I was like,
Yeah.
this is not gonna work. This does not look comfortable.
Because it literally looks like they just threw like a curtain rod and they put some
Yeah.
artwork on the wall.
Yeah, no, literally.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, in conclusion, we did enjoy this show.
In conclusion, we liked it.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's always, listen, we always say we know there's potholes, we know there's questionable things. I wouldn't say anything in this one was really questionable. It was just more so like things just didn't make sense to us. But all in all, we very much enjoyed it. I loved it. I really did.
Very highly anticipated.
Yes, for sure. It was worth the hype, in my opinion.
It was worth the wait.
It was worth the wait, and
Yeah.
I'm very excited, and we thank you all for joining us on these videos. And
Yeah.
we think we might do more of these kinds of videos where we both watch a series and we have like a final thoughts kind of thing about them. So if you like that idea, let us know in the comments.
Let us know below.
Yeah, and we would love to hear from you. Now we're gonna say bye, and we will see you in the next video. Bye.
See you guys.